Hello everyone, this is Joe the Orange, and today we are playing Germanicus, or should I say I am playing Germanicus. You could be playing anything, I don't know. And this is just going to be a general gameplay video. I'm just going to say whatever happens, what's going on the screen is what I'm going to talk about. Okay, for example, right now I'm going up a hill. Now the reason I'm going up this hill is to see what's on the other side. And also to protect that archer player, you see, because he forgot to bring some infantry with him, and he might be in a bit of trouble. So I thought, I should probably go back this dude up, right? And the other thing is, if I don't go up there, it's just going to be these 3 swords. And 3 archers, but what are they going to do, really? Let's be honest. So, I have to make sure this flank doesn't fall into the enemy's hands, and then they just push straight into our base. As for the enemy, their infantry is pikes, and I'm not very scared of pikes really, because you have the advantage in almost every situation against pikes. For example here, there's too much open field, and he's moving. I can move in easily on him, get those charges in. If he comes to a halt, then maybe I will back off. But even if I screwed up, it wouldn't matter too much. I wouldn't lose that many dudes. I can just pull back out of combat. My allies have started to rout, so I really need to get into that combat now. To hopefully rally them, that would be great. And just to hold them off from getting into my flanks and rears, because that's Germanicus' main weakness. The pikes aren't really a threat, so I don't have to worry about them. That's why I'm just ignoring them at the moment. And as you can see, I've already managed to rally one of my allies, so that will be helpful if he can get they routed again. But okay, now they're pulling through my units, which is a bad idea for them, as I do have vengeance popping, and once they start pulling through, look at the damage, it's just crazy. Now I just pulled that sword unit back to engage those pikes in case they were trying, because my other 2 units have those guys in lockdown. But if the pikes came around the back, like they are now, there was a chance they might break my morale, and that is very bad for Germanicus. Luckily, their unit size was too small, should I say, so it doesn't really matter. At this stage, I've got this shit. I've got it. I just gotta clean these guys up. My allies are still alive. I just dropped my fucking... I don't even know what the fuck that is. Dropped it again. Some box. Oh, it's my old vaporizer that doesn't work. For some reason I kept it. It's like, should I chuck this in the bin? Nah, I'll just keep it on my desk. Now we've got a break in the game because I'm going to have to march all the way to where the enemy is now that we've won this flank. So let's talk about some of the weaknesses Germanicus has. One that I already mentioned is his morale. See, Germanicus is going to do very well as long as he doesn't rout. The problem is, he seems to like to rout a lot. This can be caused by a number of factors. Usually it's because of his speed. It's very hard to choose your combats. Usually the enemy is choosing when to engage you, and he suffers a lot when he does rout. For example, if I rout as Milli Vanilli, it's not going to matter that much. Fear's cooldown isn't too long, and I'm running away at a decent speed, so maybe, like, okay, say Germanicus routs Milli. Usually Milli can run away without losing too many guys. But if I rout to Milli, I am getting... I'm trying not to swear. I'm getting, in a world of pain. It's a very painful experience, and it also hurts my feelings very badly when that happens. Another weakness of Germanicus is Scorched Earth. Because of your speed and you only have 2 columns while the barbarians have 3, you're going to be in trouble when you verse Vercingetorix, especially since he has Scorched Earth. Just trust me on this one, you're going to burn to death. You're just going to bloody burn. Once you run into one of those Vercingetorix players that is reasonably experienced, you'll figure out the pain of fire. It's very hot and it's not very comfortable to be in. But let's move on now. The other thing you have to always remember when you're playing Germanicus is that your vengeance is on a very long cooldown. If you waste it, or the enemy makes you waste it, it's very... some non-swear word thingy here. It's very somewhat non-swear wordy thingy. It's very bananas. You won't believe how bananas it can get when they make you waste vengeance. It gets hella banana. It gets so flipping bananas. It's banana. Now, that was a very bad charge by me, but I did get around to his rear, which is why I went the long way in the first place, to get into the rear. Also, I had to wait for vengeance to come back up because of that long cooldown. Just in case things go south. For all you players that want to beat Germanicus, here's how you do it, right? You can either play catapults or Vercingetorix. If those aren't an option, the other thing is just to route him. Once he has that vengeance up, just route him the slightest bit one time. That's all you need to do. And then it cancels his vengeance ability and he won't have it up for a very, very long time. The other option is simply retreat and hope that none of your allies are engaged with him as well. For example, it's a one-on-one situation. You engage him as Milli Vanilli. And then he pops his vengeance ability. Just retreat. It doesn't matter if you route, just retreat. You'll outrun him, he won't do that much damage to you. And then, once his vengeance is down, you can re-engage if you think you can win. The problem is spears will probably lose the stores naturally, but you have a better chance. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, let's move on to another subject. When it comes to heavy infantry, are you better off offending or defending? In my honest opinion, I always think if you're heavy infantry, you just want the flank, but your base is in risk of getting capped, you're better off defending. Of course, there's certain circumstances where you're better off offending. But this is the main reason I think you're better off going back to your own base. Your units are slow. So when you're capping the enemy base, an Archer player or any ranged units in general can just hit you and make it so you can't cap. And the chances of you catching that ranged unit is very small. But if you go back and defend, the capture point is only a certain size. On this map it's pretty big, but on other maps it's even smaller. And the chances of you catching, or at least making the enemy retreat out of the capture zone, is large. And by the way guys, if you ever have a question about a certain unit in this game, just ask me. I'll give you a reasonable response on my experience with that unit. Because in most of these videos I just rant on what comes to me at the time. I'm not sure what the new players are experiencing. I've been playing this for so long now. Everything's pretty automatic at this stage. Basically, I don't know what the new player experience really is like because I've played so damn much. Everything is just smooth as silk for me. Of course, even though it's smooth as silk, I still F up. I F up all the damn time, but I know what I did wrong. Like, I can just go, oh, okay, I shouldn't have done that. That was pretty damn dumb. Who is this guy playing this game? Oh, it's me. Oh, shit. I embarrass myself in front of myself all the time. I'm like, why did I do that? What was the point of that? Why? Why? But what I'm trying to say is, if you're a new player and you want some tips about anything, just give us a comment or message me in game or any way you can contact me and I'll give you a response. Even on the forums, it's all good. And the next video I will be doing, hopefully in a day or two, is going to be on Caesar Cav. A very weird and not very OP combo, but that's what I like to play. So if you have any questions about that, hit me up. Hopefully I'll read them before I make the vid. After that, I'm going to make a Scipio video. I know what you're thinking, to people that I play with and people that have played the game for a while. But I'm not turning into that guy, so don't worry. I'm just making a video to get the Romans done. I don't want to play Romans when the game gets released. I'm getting them done now. With some changes, I might play Romans. I just don't like... how to say this? I don't like playing in the meta. I guess that's the way to put it. I don't like playing the shit that's obviously strong. Hence why I'm getting them out of the way now, and then I'll move on to something else when the game's release, and I'll be concentrating on every unit, every commander, going through it all from tier 1 to tier 10. It's going to be flipping great. But I will be putting the Romans to the side because I want to try the other factions because I like them more. The only commander I might play on the Roman side is Caesar. He has that difficulty I enjoy. Anyway guys, that's the end of the video. I hope you liked it and blah blah blah, subscribe and blah blah blah, and yeah,